We're standing on the slopes of Table Mountain where a fire recently burnt a lot of the vegetation here, and we're with SANParks regional ecologist Cowell, and we're going to take a walk and she's going to explain to us what we're seeing.
Thanks. Well, this is Devil's Peak, recently burnt in a wildfire, and as you can see the protea bushes around us are bare. There's no leaves, there's no flowers or seed on them, and these are what we call the skeletons. And the fire actually came through, and the heat from the fire releases the seeds from the protea flowers. So you'll see there's one seed stuck in the top here. It's a little brown fluffy thing, and they're all scattered around us on the ground. And as we proceed up the slope, you'll see the seeds clustered on the ground, lying around waiting for the first rains to come through. It's a very sensitive habitat at the moment, so we advise people to stay on the paths and not walk up here and disturb the bare soils and the seeds. And if you have a look against the mountain slopes, there are still some green patches, and this is where the birds and the insects and the animals would find a refuge from the fire, where they can come from and recolonize these burnt areas. Over here we have some plants that burnt in the fire, but not completely like the ones that are surrounding me at the moment. And this is because the fire moved so rapidly that it didn't have time to actually burn the leaves on these plants. It scorched them, and the heat alone killed them. As you can see, they're brown and dying now. And then the flames would have moved down the slope and then got a hold on these protea bushes and burnt them more completely than what you can see behind me with leaves on these bushes. But these plants are also dead. They've released their seeds, and their seedlings will come up in the springtime.
Carly, we know that, most of us know that fynbos is supposed to burn every so often. How old are these plants, and is this a beneficial fire?
These plants were roughly between 5 and 7 years old. It's a little bit early for fynbos to actually burn. It should burn around 15 years old. But as you can see, there were seeds on these plants. So that is why we needed to be 15 years old, for the seedlings to mature and to actually have some seed on them. So yes, it's a beneficial fire. It was a little earlier than we had wanted. It was a wildfire which we didn't set on a prescribed fire that we do on a management plan. But it is looking good, and we do know that there are seeds here. You can see them. There's plants in the ground. The roots under the ground will still come up.